Saturday morning, raining here in the West Valley. We don't get rain that often. All right. Thank you, Lord. All right. Found a pen here so I can take some notes. Good deal. Okay, all ready to land the plane to get it started. Good morning, and welcome to the On Point Podcast, where we help you get your financial point across. I'm your host here, Dr. Joe Blake, and welcome to the meeting this morning. Welcome to our podcast. Now, listen, we have some great information we're going to share with you. It's all about rising up together to help your community grow through the shared struggles. This is a little different, so it's not going to be all about finance. It's going to be about some things that we experience in our communities and help us community come together, because it's all about helping have a better group of folks in the community grow and come together in different ways to do so. Let me bring my wonderful son, my oldest boy, on board. Let's see here. Here we go. You there, Joseph?
I'm here. How you doing?
Good, son. How was last week, man? How was the birthday party?
Oh, it was excellent. My oldest son, he turned 10 years old. So we celebrated, had him a little birthday party. He invited some friends over at the bowling alley.
Okay. Wow, man, 10. And 10 years were quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you bowl some yourself?
Yeah, we bowled. Yeah, me and some of his friends' parents, we bowled too, and yeah, I whipped them up. I didn't show them no mercy.
You had to do that, huh?
Yeah.
If I was there, I don't know, man. You may not have won, but that's right.
We're gonna have to make that a date, because I got you're gonna have to show me.
All right. Let me remind everybody that coming up at the beginning of the year, I have my irresistible offer. They're going to give us more insight into finance. There's several parts to the irresistible offer. It's going to future finances. There's a 12-week accelerated program. Is divided into different parts. Module one with financial foundation, career advancement, diversified income, and also a module on legacy. So that's gonna be coming up in January. You can go to my website and get more information. You can download about it. So just want to remind everyone about that. So today we're going to talk about rising up together and then community struggle. So it's going to mainly, this is more people focused than numbers and finance focused, but more so people focused. So let's kind of get going now. Uh, let's see here. All right. So here, what I wanted to share about is how do we rise up together when you have a community that's built on fostering relationships through shared struggles, emphasizing the importance of connection and building a foundation. So you see this group of folks right here. There, this picture comes from a time I was in Baltimore with my mom, and this group of folks there were looking at the neighborhood. Uh, my mom lived in a better neighborhood after I got older, but they were looking at the neighborhood there in Baltimore of row houses and all those row houses there, and they were looking at that community and how it had developed from where it was before. So now those developers are looking at purchasing those homes in that area, but it's better. So the community there had taken better care of the homes. That's in the uh, okay part of Baltimore, but it looks nice. You notice the curbing is all good and everything. But when you take care of your neighborhood, take care of the area that you live in, others will come and want to take part in what you have to offer. So when you start to do that, you share it in a community, and you start struggle in the struggle you had, but then you start taking care of things. Folks will want to come in and want to buy your stuff. What do you think about that, son?
Sounds good.
Yep, because you got to take care of the homes that you own, right?
Yeah, you gotta take care of it.
Make
Gotta water
sure,
your own grass.
right? You got to water your own grass. That that's interesting to see when people come around like that. The impacts of shared struggle. So you have different shared struggle that families have, and there was a apartment my mom lived in. So my mom's in heaven now, so I'm just thinking about my mother. So that's why. So you got to foster empathy. Shared struggles also foster empathy. Allow community members to connect at a deeper level. So you get community members that they connect on a deeper level that says, "This is my place. This is my environment. This is where I belong." And when you have that experience, you tend to come together and make things happen. One of the things they used to have in Baltimore, they used to call it the clean block, and the clean block was everyone in the neighborhood would keep the whole block clean. We had certain colors. Everybody had certain colors. Each block had a certain color they would foster in the neighborhood. We have like say it was green and white. Everybody had green and white colors on the front of the house. They had green and white flower pots. They had green and white flowers. Green, it could be green and white anything, but that helped uh, had a camaraderie there to keep the neighborhood clean and keep the neighborhood looking nice and everything. I don't think they have those now, but does your neighborhood have something like that where everybody has something that's like together, son? Have you seen that?
I mean, the closest thing I would say is a homeowners association, but they, pretty much they got bylaws and they got rules that, pretty much you have to abide by to make sure that you maintain your property value.
Yeah, but no color coordination, huh?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're part of our homeowners as well, and it's like no, you're right. There's no color coordination to make some unity there to
Hmm.
make it look well. I might have mentioned that next homeowners meeting. Because
Was
sometimes
there any symbolic? Was there any like symbolic reason behind the colors?
unity,
Okay.
just unity. You go to the block and you see the block was all the same, and it's the flower pots because people had to. Well, back then we would take a tire and
Mm,
cut a tire up and use a tire for a flower bed.
mm,
You can't cut a tire up now. You got actual flower beds, but you can still
mm,
have a rock bed all the same color or something like that. But to show the unity there. But it created a sense of belonging to that neighborhood. That did
mm,
do that. It created a sense of belonging. It was a strong network because we all knew that was our color and neighborhood. But they don't have anything. I haven't seen anything like that here. But when it's just like school colors.
mm-hmm.
You have school colors. You have school colors. It makes you a part of it. That school color. I still remember my high school colors. It's kind of crazy, but my high school colors are orange and black, and
Mm,
Halloween colors. But but still remember. But sometimes it has that pride that you have for your colors. But they have that sense of belonging. I still think about it. So sometimes you have you have that togetherness when you have that. Then there's a catalyst for collective action. That collective action prompts the community members to work together towards a common goal, and that's a positive change. So when you have a positive change, uh, positive things happen. Positive change collectively has that action happen. So like you're thinking of starting a new type of business in an area for your rental property, right?
right.
That's somewhat of a it could be a positive change, right?
Right.
So how do you see that?
I see it as I do see it as a positive change. I mean, we're adding for those that aren't aware, I'm starting a pet boarding facility here in Middle Georgia, Kathleen, Georgia, to be more exact. And what I'm currently going through the process of getting the permits with the county. And the positive change I believe that we're bringing is people need a place to board their pets, and so got a lot of working people in the area, and everybody's got a lot of apartment buildings, and people they go to work every day. They need they may not have the time to spend with their pets, or they might go on vacation. So I'm trying to build a facility that'll operate as a doggy daycare and give them a place to maintain their pets when they're not away. So I think I see it as a positive change because it's gonna add. I'm looking at the research and I see a lot of market demand for it. So that's part of the reason why I'm doing
Okay, I like the word doggy daycare.
it. Yeah, I go back and forth between calling it a doggy daycare and a pet resort. So I don't know. The pet resort kind of has a better ring to it than me. Then.
Than doggy daycare.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is what it is.
yeah,
It is what it is. But yeah, now either one, So because if when you're a pet owner, you want your doggy to be someplace where they're going to be cared for when you leave them.
right.
You want them to be cared for because a pet is a part of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever you have that pet that's a part of the family, you want that dog to be someplace where it's going to be safe, where it's going to be have love, and that pet's going to be cared for in such a way that he's like a part of the family. So when he goes there, it's a happy pet. It's a happy little doggy. And then the pets we had when we were growing up, and we remember Daisy.
Mm-hmm.
And the pets we so it's you love them. They're the extension of the family itself. So that collective action that you have with the community is important to make sure that those things come to pass. So then we look at benefits of unity. So you have a unified community. Now, this is a community in Baltimore because I don't know why I just had Baltimore in my mind. But unity comes from members fostering the collaboration. They tackle the challenge together. So you're gonna, at the same time where you're building your place, you're gonna have that the unity has come along. Have strength. You get You get solutions when you have the community involved. It strengthens the relationship of the community, and you get a more resolute community when they know what's coming or what's available. Especially if you have community members that are around there that have pets themselves, and it's hard to really um, like take a vacation or maybe go out of town when you have a pet, and then if
Hmm.
you don't have anybody to
Now
watch.
I got six of them, so I definitely feel that. So that's another part of the reason why I started because I recognize that there was a need for it when I want to go on vacation. I have nowhere to take my dog, so that's the reason. That's another reason why I'm starting this.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, it's important. You got six other babies,
Hmm.
and you just
Yeah,
can't leave your babies to anybody, right?
right.
Yeah. How does it? I mean, now knowing that you're going to have that place there, how do you feel?
I feel excited about it. I feel excited about it because knowing that my dogs will be in a safe place, well kept. I'm gonna hire the best staff to watch and maintain them, make sure they have the best care and they're pampered, and also have I would like to have like surveillance on them, so even when I'm away, I can still check in on them. So and that's going to be that's another a lot of the local pet boarding they don't have that that basically that interaction where you can monitor your pet be with CCTV. So I'm going to introduce that technology to the market. So those are the changes that I'm looking to make, and yeah, I'm very excited about it.
What's tell me this? What's tell me more a little bit more about
Well,
this.
I mean, it's basically just like some daycares offer this. It's more so with like with children where you can monitor your child throughout the day. They'll take pictures throughout the day so you can see, and then your child will have like a schedule, so you know when they're eating, you know when they're playing, that type of thing. So I with my research, a lot of people humanize their dogs now, and I'm guilty of the same of like humanize my dogs to a certain degree. So um, my facility is not going to be somewhere where you just drop off your dog and they stay in a cage all day. I'm going to have activities for them throughout the day, so that way, they're getting some time, they're getting some attention that they may not either they may not get at home, or if they were at home, they wouldn't be getting as much exercise and attention. So that's part of the reason why I believe I'm really going to capture a lot of market share in my area. And I think a lot of people are going to see the benefits of having it and want to pay that little extra to have their dog well taken care of.
That's cool. I
Mhm.
like that. I like that. So you can't be isolated. You can't
Mhm.
isolate yourself. You got to let folks know what you do because you can't solve any problems if you're standing in the corner by yourself, right?
Right.
So you're talking to other people, letting them know what you're doing.
Hmm.
Now, have you considered sending out flyers to the neighbors or in the neighborhood, let them know what you're thinking?
Yeah. Well, the immediate neighborhood where the dog care is located, it's not necessarily the target market. There's some neighborhoods across the street that are, I think a little bit more going to be more receptive or in more need of my services. But I'm not going to turn any businesses away from in my neighborhood. But it's a rural area, so
Okay.
I know, live in Middle Georgia. The property itself is zoned agricultural, and that's kind of a strategic thing because it is a way. That's what makes it a little bit complicated, is because you can't just start a pet boarding facility in the middle of the city or in the residential area. It has to be kind of it has to be kind of secluded a little bit because the facility is going to house about 30 dogs. So
Okay.
it's going to, it got the potential to make a lot of noise. You imagine 30 dogs in there barking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm advertising to the local community, those that, people that work on the base. We got a lot of warehouses around here, a lot of corporate buildings, offices, and so I'm advertising. And my city is a growing city, so it's got a lot. It's a lot of working professionals here, a lot of people that own dogs and pets, and they're definitely going to need our services. So
You can have one chihuahua barking. That little dude can make some noise.
yeah.
All right. So going forward, I did some research to talk about examples of successful community collaboration. In 2010, the local food banks in Los Angeles partnered with some schools, and it resulted in increased access to nutrition and meals for families that are in need. So you got to do some collaborations like that to help you out. Your local collaboration with other centers of influence in your area would help you out. So that's a good thing. 2018, oh no, 2015 here. Um, Now, this is the picture. It's not 2015, but they're talking about neighborhood watches. Now, neighborhood watches programs, they had these back in Baltimore, uh, but in West Baltimore. But in 1978, we had one person that was neighborhood watch, and her name was Miss Myrtle. Miss Myrtle used to sit in the window, second floor window, a block away from this building. Miss Myrtle saw me on this dang building on the third floor, a block away, and she knew it was me. How you know it's Joe on that roof, a block away? I do not know. But it takes a village to raise a family. But she knew it was me and snitched on the brother. I was coming down way under this corner. I don't know if it's an arrow shows. I was coming down this corner, way back in that corner right there. I was coming down off this window. See that window back right there? You just had to just climb up that window, get on top of this roof, and over here, and on the side is a ladder that goes up. So we played baseball over there. So if you play baseball, if you hit the ball on the roof, you had to go up on the roof and get the ball. That was just a rule. But other kids were going in and vandalize a joint. I ain't gonna vandalize no joint. And I'm not that bad. I'm not a bad kid like that. But the cops don't care. You go in there, they come and get you. But I had to go with the ball. I went up there to get the ball. Miss Myrtle saw me, and as soon as I came back down there, as soon as my foot hit the ground, here comes my mother. Joe, bring your black over. I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god. I can't lie. So I got some hot water, man, for that one right there. So Miss Myrtle was the whole neighborhood watch, and she dropped it down on me, a whole bunch of other kids in the neighborhood. But that community involvement stopped a lot of kids from getting in trouble because we had that person watching out for us and everything. So who's the neighborhood watch in your neighborhood?
I have multiple neighborhoods, so it's hard to say.
Somebody's gonna see a kid doing something that ain't right. But it helps the children stay in line. It helps the neighborhood stay safe. Sometimes it may be annoying, but you need something like that to help keep things in order. Not all neighborhoods have that. Some things happen, and then you never know what's going to happen in your neighborhood. Sometimes you need it. Sometimes you need it. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it may not be necessary, but sometimes it is. So I had just wanted to point that out. So we're at the end of our time for this week. So we'll come back next week and finish up some more. But I wanted to end on that, man. Because Myrtle, she's of course in heaven as well. But these are just different ways of, as a community, coming together, keeping things in order, keeping us in a straight way, so we keep our own goals, our own objectives in place, so we'll be okay. We'll be all right. So, son, we'll go ahead and put you on the background, and I'll come back again, and so hold on again. All right.
All right.
All right. Just want to remind everyone of the second book here of my trilogy, Building Financial Legacy. You can take the QR code, download this book. That one talks about creating a legacy for your family. The first one is financial literacy. Literacy lasts a lifetime. Legacy lasts for generations. The third book I'll start that in January, the first quarter of next year, and that's going to be Legend. But download this one, create a legacy for your family that lasts for generations. Also, I want to remind you that I want you to like and subscribe, like and subscribe to the channel. That way, we get more people have more information and notification about what we do and what we share. Download the Money app. The Money app gives you more background information about what we do, how we share information, and more details about our process. Also, in the legacy book has QR codes as well. The first QR code in that book gives you a synopsis of my precious metal series, and the precious metal series describes the three books. It describes the three book series in my trilogy. And at the end of each chapter of the book, it gives you a summary. Is a video. You scan the QR code, it takes you to a video that summarizes each chapter. Whoa, that was a lot. So again, I just want to thank you for listening and sharing in the information that we shared today. And then I also want to remind you always to stay tuned, stay informed, and stay on point. So we see you again next week. Hope you enjoyed the information that you heard today and gained some more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And we'll see you again next week. Have a good one.